Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 10 natural disaster movies of all time. From earthquakes to tornadoes, these films are sure to leave you on the edge of your seat. So grab some popcorn and get ready for some intense action and heart-stopping moments. Starting off our list at number 10, we have The Perfect Storm. Even though Titanic can't be part of this list, that doesn't mean there aren't some disasters at sea that aren't worth mentioning here. After Mark Wahlberg and George Clooney found gold in a rock in Three Kings, the two stars headed out to sea on the Andrea gale, hoping to score a literal boatload of fish during a hard time. What begins as a fishing expedition turns into a battle for survival as their ship, which also counts John C. Reilly, William Fichtner and John Hawkes in the crew, faces the convergence of two powerful weather fronts and a hurricane. In a way, this movie was far ahead of its time, before shows like Deadliest Catch were all the rage. Coming in at number 9 is Deepwater Horizon. Based on the real-life tragedy that occurred in 2010, Deepwater Horizon follows the crew of an oil rig stationed out at sea as it explodes and threatens to kill all aboard. As the survivors scramble to stay alive, technician Michael Williams, Mark Wahlberg, takes charge to lead his coworkers to safety. While it takes some liberties with the true event for the sake of storytelling, Deepwater Horizon was praised for its accuracy. It unfortunately bombed at the box office, but the film has been well regarded since release, as it remains one of the best catastrophe movies to focus on a real-life man-made disaster. Next up at number 8, we have Volcano. After an earthquake strikes Los Angeles, it reveals a dormant volcano underneath the city. As the city officials fail to act in time, the volcano erupts and causes havoc as molten lava flows down the city streets. It falls to a seismologist and other specialists to save the day. While Volcano falls into the same cheesy tropes that are common in the disaster genre, it still provides enough thrills to keep things entertaining. The lava effects are poor by today's standards, but the audacity of a volcano erupting in Los Angeles makes this disaster flick worth watching.
We know it broke through here, and the tar pits created this vent. We now know that it broke through McCarter Park. That means that it's traveling laterally, underground.
Taking the number 7 spot is Deep Impact. When a dangerous comet is discovered to be speeding towards Earth, scientists scramble to predict how much damage the asteroid will cause. As it is revealed that the comet will wipe out humanity, the government scrambles to concoct a plan that will save as many people as possible. Releasing the same summer as Armageddon, Deep Impact did not achieve that movie's box office success, but was classified by professionals as being more scientifically accurate. While it can be a tad melodramatic at times, Deep Impact still offers enough disaster movie thrills for fans to enjoy.
We can't do anything about the little one, but, it just might give them a chance.
At number 6, we have San Andreas. When a series of earthquakes wreak havoc across the west coast of the United States, it threatens to tear the country apart. With their daughter trapped in the center of the carnage, rescue pilot Ray Gaines, Dwayne Johnson, and his estranged wife Emma, Carla Gugino, are forced to reunite to save her. Like plenty of Johnson's movies, San Andreas is big dumb fun. It is one of the top disaster movies of recent years and features plenty of destruction, as earthquakes and debris tear buildings and roads to pieces. A sequel has been rumored for years, but has yet to enter production. Moving on to number 5, we have 2012. based on the obviously false myth that the world was going to end in 2012. 2012 takes this concept and turns it into a blockbuster disaster movie. With all manner of deadly disasters plaguing the earth, from earthquakes to floods, novelist Jackson Curtis, John Cusack, struggles to get his family to safety. Billed as the mother of all disaster movies due to its focus on such a well-documented apocalyptic prophecy, 2012 does not reach the heights of the best in the genre, but it is still entertaining. Cusack makes for a likable everyman while he is joined by a stacked cast of beloved actors such as Chiwetel Ejiofor, Danny Glover, and Woody Harrelson.
Hang on, baby, hang on!
Coming in at number 4 is Twister. Twister is a disaster movie that focuses on a couple in the middle of a divorce, who find themselves chasing tornadoes and each other across Oklahoma. Helen Hunt plays a meteorologist in charge of a team of storm chasers who are attempting to utilize a revolutionary weather-sensing device. Bill Paxton plays her husband Estranged, a storm chaser turned weatherman with whom she reconnects as they run for their lives. Twister was lauded as one of the best blockbuster disaster movies of its time and was nominated for the Oscars for Best Sound Design and Best Visual Effects. Philip Seymour Hoffman also appeared in the film as one of the storm chasers.
Funnel getting thicker! It's moving fast! Coming towards you, Joe!
Taking the number 3 spot is Contagion. Contagion centers around a highly contagious virus as it sweeps the world and kills anyone it comes into contact with. As the death toll rises higher and higher, experts around the globe scramble to find a cure in this terrifying thriller that stars an all-star cast including the likes of Matt Damon, Kate Winslet, and Lawrence Fishburne. Despite being released almost a decade before the COVID pandemic, Contagion's scenario is eerily similar to the real-world disaster. Watching Contagion now makes for a much more startling experience, as certain elements would have one believed they were ripped straight from the headlines that have appeared in the years since the beginning of the pandemic.
Mr. Amoff, your wife is dead.
What are you talking about? What happened to her?
At number 2, we have The Impossible, one of the best survival movies based on a true story. The Impossible is inspired by the tragic 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. When the massive tsunami strikes Thailand, a family on vacation is torn apart by the unforgiving waves. As the parents, Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor, are separated, they attempt to reunite with their 3 children, including Tom Holland in his film debut. The Impossible is an extraordinary tale about the emotional devastation that real-life disasters have on families, and the extreme lengths they will go to keep each other safe. As heartbreaking as it is hopeful, The Impossible is one of the most touching disaster movies, as it showcases the unbeatable power of the human spirit even in the worst of times.
Mom, wake up. Guess what I just saw outside? My leg.
And finally, taking the number 1 spot on our list of best natural disaster movies is The Day After Tomorrow. Envisioning a series of natural disasters that result in the world experiencing a new ice age, The Day After Tomorrow stars Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal as father and son. When paleoclimatologist Jack's warnings of the impending disaster are ignored, he instead turns his attention to saving his teenage son Sam, who is trapped in the middle of the disaster. Despite being almost 20 years old, The Day After Tomorrow's focus on the dangers of global warming remains relevant today. While it contains some notable scientific inaccuracies that have been pointed out by experts in the field, it is still one of the most thought-provoking movies in the disaster genre. So there you have it. our top 10 natural disaster movies of all time. Whether you're a fan of action-packed thrillers or heart-wrenching dramas, these films are sure to leave you on the edge of your seat. Thanks for watching, and be sure to let us know your favorite natural disaster movie in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more countdowns and movie reviews. See you next time.